The Leinster football draw was made this morning, on Monday morning, and wow, it put football out of Westmeath's heads, I'd imagine. Been drawn against Dublin in the quarter-final of the Leinster Championship. You now know for the 3/4 of a year heading into it now that you are going to be beaten in a Leinster quarter-final. No one is stupid enough within the boundary lines of Westmeath to think that they're going to be beating Dublin this year or anytime soon. Frank Roach, the journalist with the Herald, put out a tweet that kind of summed it up. Westmeath's last 3 senior football championship dates with the Sky Blue juggernaut resulted in defeats by 13, 15 and 31 points. Can anyone work out the algorithm to predict next May? #GA, #Leinster FC. And imagine telling the Dubs before the start of the season, and this is exactly what they're being told, that you've to come through a side of the draw with Louth, Longford, Laois and Westmeath to get to a Leinster final. That's 2 Division 2 teams and 2 Division 3 teams. So, I mean, it's the Leinster football procession at this stage. There is no championship, and once again, people often give out about, the first half of the summer or more is unbelievably boring in Gaelic football. You more or less have to get to the knockout stages before it gets very, very good. And even in some cases when Dublin are playing, it's a bit of a washout, and you watch the other games and you're like, well, they'd all get hammered by Dublin anyway, so it kind of takes something away from it. But the Leinster Championship, it really is also ends in Dublin. I mean, at the flip side, the other side of the draw, you do have Meath and Kildare, who are kind of assuming they win their game. So Kildare will be against Carlow or Offaly, Meath will be against Wexford or Wicklow. And let's say we go on form, and some of those counties might disagree with me, but let's say you go on what you would assume would be the form lines. Kildare against Meath in a semi-final, they play for a place in a final. Last year Meath scored 4 points. Now they played better than 4 points, would suggest, had quite a good first half, but if we're being honest, had they ever hope of beating Dublin in that game? Did they ever play like they could? No, probably not. It was damage limitation throughout, or that's how it felt. Is there anything interesting about the Leinster Football Championship? Well, I suppose to some degree Wicklow against Wexford is the battle of 2 new managers. Paul Galvin, he's after taking over Wexford, and Davy Burke is over Wicklow. So both Division 4 teams, both would be fancying their chances to get through that local derby between the 2 teams, both Division 4. So that'd be a decent start. But overall, the Leinster Championship draw, yeah, it's not exactly going to set pulses racing, is it?